special guest. I'm going to let you introduce her. She is an incredible
multi-talented actress, producer, writer, Danielle Nicolette Najarian. Thank you very much for being here. It's such an honor for you to be here. It truly, truly is.
Thank you. It's an honor for me to be here. You guys are awesome.
No, you are. It's so great. I know you have a lot to talk about with us, and we're looking forward to it. Okay. And we want to hear so much what you have to say. I wanted to put down a whole bunch of questions, but I figured, you know what, it was one of those days where
wing it.
We just winged it.
Hello.
That got you to where you are today. And that's what our show is about. You're perfect for what we're doing with no excuses. Your life is all about not having an excuse to achieve the goals that you have, and you still will continue, as I know, because you always got some great projects going on. And so for starters, I'd like to, if it's okay with you, just get a little bit to know, I know a little bit about you, but it'd be great for the audience to know a little bit about you. So if you can be kind enough to share what you'd like to share with us.
Okay. What would you like to know?
Really?
I don't know if you would say dream, but it was kind of just something that kind of happened, and it made sense, and I kind of went with it, and it just kind of, you know, when something happens in your life, and you're like, yes, this is who I am. That's how it came about. I grew up in a small town in Bergen County, New Jersey. It was called Woodridge. It was about a square mile, and I used to walk everywhere to school and this, that, so I was very independent. And I loved people, and I loved interacting with my classmates, even though a teacher was teaching class.
Oh, you were one of those. Yeah. So was I.
Yeah, I was one of those. Yes, I was one of those. Yes. My mother was in parent-teacher conferences like every other month or whatever. And it was just like, your daughter, we can't control her. She's not letting us teach class. What are we going to do with her? So long story short, they're like, let's put her on stage.
Wow. And what age was that?
I probably was about 4. I was memorizing lines with my mom in the kitchen.
Oh my goodness.
And she was just like, Danielle, you know, people do this for a living. People make a living being actors. And when I saw the effect that it had on people, when I saw that it was actually touching people's lives, people would come up to me after my performance and they'd say, oh my God, you made me cry, or oh my gosh, you made me think about my life, you made me think about what I did wrong, or whatever my character was doing. When I saw that I was touching people's lives like that, I said, oh my gosh, this is it. Like, I want to bring people hope and love and all that.
Beautiful.
And so long story short, it just kind of, you know, snowballed from there.
Oh yeah, you're definitely one of us.
Yes. You definitely have a lot of love.
She's definitely one of us, okay? And that's wonderful. I mean, we love...
Down to earth.
Yeah, the down to earth.
You got a beautiful spirit. You really do.
Yeah.
Thank you, guys. Oh my gosh, thank you.
Oh, absolutely. I have a gift. I can see it. I can see people's spirit. I can see their souls.
Thank you for saying that. That's very sweet.
You have a glow around you. You have an energy that's exuding from you, and I see it. I feel it, and it's awesome.
Thank you.
And, you know, as you speak, I can hear the genuineness of your heart. And that's difficult for people who feel that way and live their lives that way, because a lot of people don't understand us. And I think it took me years before I think I was like in my early 50s when someone said to me, I was talking to a woman and she said, you're an empath. I'm like, what? I didn't know what an empath was. I'd never heard the term. And then when I began to study it, I saw me all over the place. But you have to be very careful when you have an empathic nature, because people will use you
Come on.
They will use you up. And I see that in you, that you have an empathic nature. And I think it's so important for us as we share our lives and our pearls of wisdom with the world, that, you know, we stay focused and recognize that it's a wonderful thing when we run into each other and we connect, because we can feel each other.
What you said made a lot of sense. A lot of people misunderstand it, and not only misunderstand in like you said, they don't understand it, but also misunderstand, where they judge you.
Where they judge you
based on like, oh, she's too loving, she's too fake, she's too phony.
Yes.
And it's not a phoniness. It's
not
that
a phoniness.
I'm feeling these people.
That you're feeling it.
You know, it's so hard to put into words, but what breaks my heart is when we are misjudged.
Absolutely. Yeah. And well, that's one of the challenges of people with empathic natures, that we run into people like that. But that's okay, because as long as we're comfortable with who we are, and the poem that I read when I first opened the show this evening dealt with accepting who you are and not being worried about or being negatively impacted by people who do not understand who you are
Wow.
or want to define you based on their limitations.
Wow. I love how you put that. Say that again. You said they define you based on
their limitations.
On their limitations.
Yeah, they can't define you
It's their
from an
comprehension of it.
from an empathic standpoint
Right.
because they're not empaths.
Right.
And so they don't understand that loving, kind, giving nature. And a lot of people are suspicious of it, as you said.
Yes, very
and they
much.
want to transform it into something else. Oh, it's phony, it's not this, or whatever. But it's very important for people with empathic natures to define yourself. And we have to create limitations, or shall I say boundaries.
Boundaries, yes.
So that,
Yes.
that people
Yes.
who don't understand us can't penetrate our force field.
Yeah.
Because once they penetrate, then they do some serious damage. We start doubting ourselves. We start feeling remorseful.
We're
we
the
take
first ones
on.
to question
We're the first ones
whether
to
we are
question.
right or wrong.
Absolutely, we're our hardest and most sharpest critics.
Yes.
Self-critics.
And people don't realize that.
And people don't
Yeah,
realize that, you
yeah,
know.
yeah.
So it's very important, you know, particularly with what you do as an actress, that you know you build and fortify your force field, because to understand that people are coming from many different places, and most people don't understand people with empathic natures
yeah.
because they can't relate to you.
Right.
You know,
You know why? Because they haven't dealt with their wounds.
Absolutely.
You know, when a person hasn't healed, they can't understand somebody else who has, you know, the depth of healing or feeling.
Absolutely.
You can't feel unless you heal yourself.
Absolutely. And you can't help other people to heal unless you've
Right.
healed yourself.
Amen.
You know, I see a lot of people out there who are calling themselves healers or pastors or ministers or apostles or just all of these titles.
Yes.
And most of them have not done the healing work, the spiritual work that is required to very naturally connect to people in a way that is healing in itself.
Yeah.
Sometimes all you need to do is to provide a genuine smile, you know?
Right.
And that person, because we are spirit beings beneath
Yes.
these human
Come on.
bodies, and so we can feel our spirits can feel each other even when our minds can't conceptualize what's going on.
That's right.
But the energy within us is communicating.
That's right. It is.
So, you know, I think that, you know, with what you do in particular as an actress, you definitely have to fortify your soul, and you have
feeling.
to. Absolutely.
God.
Absolutely.
Normally, you don't. You know, I was saying this in another interview too. You don't want to. We like as humans, we don't want to feel certain things. We don't want to feel negative energy. We don't want to feel negative feelings. We don't want to feel pain. We don't want to feel suffering. We don't want to feel all those deeper things.
Right.
So we rise above it and we feel the surface stuff. And you know, as an actress, you know, that script calls for us to go to those places. It calls for us to feel that pain, to experience that pain, to live it out. And that's very difficult to do. But when an individual who is an actor or performer like that can go there, it's amazing.
It's phenomenal.
So we're only at 4 years old. How do we get to 5?
I was feeling the world. I was feeling the world at 4 years old, folks. That's how I got into this.
Holy cow. That's only at 4. We're going to have you for like 7 shows to get to 17.
To get to 17 and beyond.
Maybe we could do one more. Okay.
Oh, thank God. There goes Terry, shaking his head.
Terry's like, oh my God, no he didn't.
I love Terry. Terry's so cute. Terry's so quiet. He's sitting in the corner and he's just
and he's quietly hearing everything.
He's got one ear on it, one headphone on his ear, one headphone off, and he's just like.
See, that's when I know I'm really touching all the points. When Terry loses his
Terry
headset.
You shouldn't have had me on the show.
No, you're perfect.
Oh no, you're perfect. You're perfect. You fit in.
You don't have a choice.
You don't have a choice. Exactly.
You should have had me. Terry's headset's gonna fall off that time. Get ready, Terry.
I'm waiting till the one headset is in his eye and there's the back. I almost got it there last week.
Terry, I hope you have a chin strap for that thing over there.
All right, well, what were we saying? Okay, we're at 4.
Sorry. Oh yes, age 4. Okay, what would you like to know about age 5?
Let's get to age 5. So,
It was a good year.
so at 4 years old, we understand and you understand this is something you love and you're going to do.
Yeah, I just knew it. It wasn't a question. It was just like, it was almost as if like somebody said to me, that color is red. I said, yes, it's red. Let's go. Let's
go. That's
it. It made sense. Everything lined up. There was no other question. It wasn't like, okay, what's a doctor do? What's a mailman do? Or what's a runner do? Or an athlete do?
Okay.
It was never a question of
any of that.
Anything else. It just was like, no, yeah, this is it. Okay.
Wow.
So at 4, what was the type of acting you like to do? And then we'll progress from there so we understand what you're like. So.
Oh, okay.
How's that?
Yeah. I actually, one of the roles I really enjoyed was when I was a teacher in a play. I liked playing adult roles as a child. I don't know why.
Really?
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
You grew up before your time.
Oh, girl, I grew up. Let me tell you. No,
was it Catholic school? Only kidding.
Oh, boy.
It was.
There you go.
Oh, no.
She was cracking the whip.
You must have drove the sisters wild.
Why else
No,
do you think
wait,
I ended up on stage?
now
They're
I know
we can't do
where-
anything with her. We can't give her any more demerits. We
Now-
can't kick her out of school.
Now I know where the flying nun came from.
Yeah, exactly.
She blew her right out of the water.
She was the example.
That's it.
Yeah.
Oh my God, they didn't know what to do
That's
with me.
it, the nun
They're like,
flew
Father,
away."
forgive her, she has sinned. I'm like, God, get me out of here. No. It was great. It was great. I learned so much there. But yes, what were we saying about? You totally made me lose my train of thought.
I'm sorry.
I was picturing the flying nun. Yeah, no, that's
Visuals, folks, visuals.
That's
You always
what it
gotta
was.
paint the picture.
There was this rickety nun that she was the principal of the entire school, and she was so.
They usually are.
She was so mean. She was so bitter, and she was so angry. And I'm like, what is there to be angry at? My God, woman. Maybe because she was very covered. She had a lot of clothes on her, but I don't
Maybe
understand.
maybe she was going through menopause.
She was
and
dehydrated.
You're going through menopause and you can't take all that stuff off. You hot and you mad.
Oh my God, you're right.
Look at
you're
Rodney.
right.
I guess they didn't have Under Armour.
No, they didn't have Under Armour then. No, not at all. So it was just like, oh my God. So
Yeah, Terry, I went there.
That's true, though. That's true. And as a child, I didn't understand what made adults
So angry.
Yeah, and so one of the things I loved doing was being almost like a comedic type of role where I would make fun of the teachers or the adult or whatever the case was, because it's like life doesn't have to be that intense. It doesn't
Yeah,
have to
it
be
ain't
so
that
hard.
serious, folks.
Right.
Yeah, you know, it's like, and so as
Can you
just-
tell by the show?
I'm
I'm sorry to
can.
interrupt you, girl.
So I guess as a child, I kind of sensed that as an empath, right? And I felt that maybe even, oh wow, look at that. I was actually inspired to speak to adults as a child.
That's awesome.
So I enjoyed taking on adult roles and playing it as a child, because in all of us there is a child that has been forgotten or crushed or abandoned in some way.
Absolutely.
You know,
Right.
broken, battered, and wounded, and it's been forgotten about. So I guess as a child I knew, hey, you know what? I enjoy those type of roles, and those were the roles I went for. I mean, I auditioned. Sometimes they just gave them to me. They're like, okay, give her the role, let her know what it's like to be in the teacher's shoes for once. so I really
And deal with this girl who
understood.
never
Maybe she'll
stops.
change.
Yeah, exactly. So at that point I was like, okay, I have high respect for teachers now. I really do. But those are the roles I really enjoyed.
That's great. And that was through elementary school,
yeah,
junior high
all
school?
throughout elementary, and then what was it, grade school up until 8th grade.
Okay.
I was in a lot of plays there. I actually had an amazing teacher in high school who believed in me.
That's
her name
great.
was Laura Taranova. I will never forget Miss Taranova.
That's awesome.
She was just the person that said, you know what, don't worry about what anybody thinks, don't worry about what anyone says.
Beautiful.
If this is what you want, you've got it.
You
got
go
it,
for
what
it.
it takes. She saw what was in me, and
Right.
she
That's
encouraged that.
awesome.
She's like, Danielle, you've got it. And you know, there was times when she refined me, and she, you know, I had gotten an understudy role, or then I got the lead role in the play. Like she wasn't the type of person that, even though she encouraged me, she taught me how to work for it, and that's
Right.
why I have that ethic now.
That's beautiful.
I don't just expect things to come. I know what it's like to work hard for what you really want.
And high school's, for most people, a turning point in their life of where I'm really going to be when I grow up. So in high school, was it movies? Was it TV? Was it commercials?
Very interesting how high school turned about. And in my high school, I was, like I said, I worked with Miss Taranova. I also worked with another acting teacher as well, and a vocal teacher. She was the opposite. breakdown, a lot of, you know, oh my God, you you don't sing well and you don't have a soprano voice. And I was like, I know I sound like a man as a 4-year-old kid, but come on, give me a break here. And it was like, it's like, no, you're going to be the alto and you're going to be in the back. And that was difficult. That was difficult. That was one of the obstacles I came up against in high school was my chorus teacher.
Was your chorus teacher of all people?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, you know, and it was just like, you know, she really, really carved into me. And it was like, you know, you don't have a high voice and blah, 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 and this and that. I mean, there was times when she'd come up to me and she actually put her ear next to my mouth as I was singing in front of everyone. She'd be like, stop, 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 stop. Everyone stop. And it's like, oh my God.
Dead silent.
Yes, I was like, my life is crumbling.
I felt like the witch on The Wizard of Oz. Yeah. I'm melting.
I know. Oh my God, seriously. I was like, what is she doing? Oh my God. Talk about, you know, hard times.
Sure.
And it was like, oh my God, maybe I'm not supposed to be a performer. Maybe I'm not supposed to be in front of people. And that made me question a lot.
Yeah.
But anyway, getting back to the high school thing, that was an obstacle. And I definitely overcame that and wound up actually telling her, hey, you know what, by the way, you're doing a play that has this comedic role in it and you haven't really casted it, so can I do it? And it was this little role. It wasn't anything special. It was at The Sound of Music at the end of the movie. This Fräulein comes out and she's just constantly bowing and thanking the audience for her award.
Right.
Yeah. And I'm like, you know what, if you're going to
That's me.
That's me too.
I can do that, yeah.
So I was like, you know what? I was like, okay, all right, I'll be in the ensemble cast, but what about this role? You haven't casted this one. And she was like, oh, you know what? You're right. I didn't. I was like, I'll take it.
I'm here.
Let's do this. And I did, and I just made the best of it. So it was kind of like, in a loving way, you know, I guess somehow, some way, something, you know, raised up inside of me and said, maybe I'm not a singer, even though I do
You do sing, I understand.
Yes.
I'm trying to slowly let that cat out of the bag.
The other thing that had happened when I was in school was not just theater. My school also had a news program. We would talk about the news for the day or the news at the school, whether it be the, you know, the sports teams or whatever. And so they wanted a news host for the show. It was called Jackson, you know, Morning News. And in homeroom, everybody would go to their homerooms and they'd watch the news. So I think I was probably only a freshman in high school at that time. And I had watched the news and I'm like, oh my gosh, I would love to do this. So I went up to the gentleman who was in charge of the news station and I said, you need a news anchor? And he was like, yeah. I was like, I will be here every homeroom till the end, till I graduate. I will be here. And I was. Sure enough, I was in there giving the news, doing hosting on the morning news at my house.
And that's got to be completely different from any other acting role.
It is. It's very serious. It's like so-and-so broke his leg while he was on the tennis court. And
and you were dead serious.
And you didn't sing one of those?
Like,
show your teacher
Joe
up.
Bob was running track and he accidentally hit a hurdle. so yeah.
And you were very serious.
I was. I had to keep a straight face, and then I'd go back to homeroom and I'd just burst out laughing. No, it was fun, but I loved it. I loved doing it. So
great.
Wow.
Yeah, I did that all throughout high school, along with theater. And did I do any? You know what? I was going to school. I was studying at an acting school out in Philadelphia. Okay. So I was going to high school, and I was also studying at an acting school as well.
Wow, what a challenge, huh?
Yeah.
And how was that challenge for you?
It was okay for me. I bless my mom for being there. My mom was amazing. She would drive me out to, I don't even know where it was in Pennsylvania, but it was about a good hour and a half every week to go to my acting classes.
Your acting classes.
And my mom wasn't the type of mom that's was pushing me. She was actually like, oh, you want to do this? Oh, okay, I'll drive you. Let's go.
I got this.
Yeah,
we got this.
That was it. It wasn't like you have to do this. And, whatever.
Dun, 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 dun.
Yeah. Fix your hair, put your makeup on. No. My mom was amazing, and so yeah, she would take me out there, and I would just go, and I'd learn, and I'd study, and I studied acting and modeling. Runway modeling, all that stuff, even though I wasn't tall enough. But I learned as much as I possibly could when I was in high school, yeah.
And
That's
great.
It's
all about being confident in yourself and then determined, okay? Despite what anyone else might think or anyone else might say, you have to exude that level of confidence and belief in yourself.
Worthiness.
That helps you, that worthiness, worthiness. Yeah. You have to know that you're worthy.
We've talked about it on one of our
We
shows.
talk about it all,
Really?
And we bring it up periodically.
It was one of our topics a couple of weeks ago.
Do you know that self-worth for a young girl comes from her father?
Wow. And that's why there's a lot of that's why there are a lot of young girls who have trouble with self-worth, because there are a lot of young girls out here who don't have fathers.
It's so crucial because, again, I have a degree in psychology. After high school, I went to college, got a degree. And so one of the main key factors is for a woman to know her self-worth, she must know that by learning it from her father, and then vice versa. A boy knows his self-worth based on how his mother treats him, and he knows whether he's worth, doing his own laundry or cooking his food or whatever the case is, based on how his mother raises him. If the mother says, no, you're not worth it, you're not able to do all this, I'm going to do it all for you. The boy never knows how to do that.
Never learns how to care for himself. And so
it's basically saying you're not worth it.
You're not worth,
taking care of yourself.
Wow.
Yeah, it's deep, right? Didn't mean to bring you guys so deep.
No, it's okay. It's okay. It's okay.
We're deep, and we go real deep sometimes.
Yeah, we do. But you know what? It's great to hear it from you, because you've experienced different challenges that most people do. And it's always awesome to hear from another level of an individual who experienced what you've experienced. And we're going to get more into your career after we take a break in a moment. But
I love it.
It's just so awesome that you're sharing all this with you. We really appreciate you being here. It's awesome that you're here today, and it's great that everybody's listening and just past just the natural person that you are. It's beautiful.
And after meeting you, you just definitely have to be here a lot more. So
are you serious?
Oh, I'm very serious. I'd like to see you here with us as often.
About an hour from now.
Let me get it out, Rodney.
Okay.
Well, on that note, you're listening to GenesisRadio.com. This is No Excuses. We'll be right back with you in a moment. Don't go anywhere, because there's a lot more. And exactly. Terry's giving us the hand, so we've got to take a break.
And we're back. No Excuses, and we're just coming back to talk to Danielle Najarian, and where we left off, she was, I think we're slowly getting close to teenage age. I'm trying to remember the progression.
Still in childhood here.
No, we got the high school, right? We did get the high school.
We did get the high school, yes.
I know, I got a truant officer right next to me.
I'm in high school.
He said, finally, I found her. I'm 87.
See, I'm playing hooky right now. I should be in class. See?
Okay,
I haven't changed a bit.
And I'm glad.
That's a good thing.
I'm glad my influence
There's a difference between growing and changing.
That's right. Mm-hmm. That's right. Yes.
So at this point, we'd like to know at this point, I think we got a question from one of our audience members.
Yeah, from Sarah. Yeah.
A little bit, and there was a question, that was part of the same question I was going to have for you, and I know it's a little bit of a challenge because you got such a amazing resume between acting and producing and writing. But for a person, and we like to always inspire our audience, is, let's just stay with acting right now. What you feel are the challenges people come up against, so when they reach that challenge, they'll have a little bit understanding of why people maybe are acting that way towards them, or what challenges you might have experienced recently when you go to these auditions. Is that maybe a fair question that way?
You were saying challenges that I've come up against?
Yeah, challenges you come up against in your acting career.
Rodney, do you have a couple hours?
No,
I've come up against so many challenges.
And I have no doubt.
And in this industry, it's nothing. Yeah. I mean, the industry, and this is why I respect the industry so much. The entertainment industry is a challenge, but it's a challenge in a good way. It not only does it, really weed out the strong from the weak, it also weeds out those who really have what it takes and who doesn't, and that's the way I looked at it.
I think life is like that across the board.
Yeah, and I respect that. I'm not I'm not the type of person that says, okay, you know what, I want this, I'm going to try the easy road. No,
there is no easy road.
Exactly. I want to gain and glean everything I possibly can on this journey, because it's about the journey. It's not about the destination. There is no destination.
Right.
Here.
It's about the journey.
It's a constant journey.
Constant journey.
Exactly. So challenge me. Go ahead.
Till life do us part.
Give me those auditions. Let me do it.
Right.
Go. Let me challenge myself in this role or that role or whatever. So every challenge that I come up against on my journey, I look at it as a refining tool, and it's made me a stronger, wiser, more intelligent, and deeper empath than you could have ever.
Sure.
Yeah.
So is it safe
Wait a minute,
to say?
Rodney, a minute, because I think.
Wait
1 second, Rodney. I think the question Sarah wanted you to answer is, what advice would you give to a young person who wants to go into acting?
Ah, beautiful.
He went a little deeper, but I'm going straight to the question.
Yeah, girl,
okay?
bring it. That is an amazing question. Wow, there's so much I would love to share.
It's your show, dear. Go right ahead. Take your time.
Well, basically, I guess the number one thing that I would want to share coming up as a child actor would be, stay true to who you are. Stay true to your heart. Life is going to teach you many things and do many things, and you're going to experience a lot through life, but never forget you. Never forget who you are and what you truly want. And don't stop loving yourself because, one person says you're not right for this role, or because you're not pretty enough or tall enough or thin enough or whatever. Never judge yourself based on what other people think of you or say of you. Continue to be true to yourself through your journey in the entertainment industry. And if this is what you truly want, when you stay true to yourself, you will accomplish and you will come to the goal that you are seeking.
Absolutely.
But it's when you deter from who you really are. It's when you abandon that child within you that you will end up settling for less than and second best. And if you want the best that life has to offer and the best that the entertainment industry has to offer, as long as you remain true to yourself, you will find those roles and you will find those shows and those projects. Yeah.
And that's right in tune. There you go.
Yeah.
And that's right in tune with the mantra I created for myself that I shared before you guys got here.
We were here the whole time. You were just not looking in the right corner.
Were we really that silent? I don't think we were
y'all
that
were doing your
silent.
disappearing act. And the mantra goes like this, and it really every now and then comes back to me and reinforces my belief. Don't you eat my pizza?
Oh my God, you just ate her
Yes, he
pizza.
does. He does. He eats my food when I don't eat fast enough.
You don't
Okay?
know when we go out to dinner together what
She was
takes
in the
from
middle
my
of an
plate.
amazing conversation and you just ate her pizza.
Yes, he did. He just
You have
took
no
a bite
idea what
out
she
of
does
my
when we go out to
pizza.
dinner.
What
You
is
know?
going on over here?
I know this is an interesting life, but we love every bit of it.
I love it.
But
Go
the
ahead.
mantra goes
Go
like
ahead,
this.
Your mantra, yes.
The only perception of me that matters is the perception I have of myself.
That's right.
Yes.
Which is so important.
That's right.
It's about the perception you have of yourself. And if it's not a good perception, work on it.
Right.
Because you're beautiful, you're awesome, you're wonderful, you're everything. You cannot be made in God's image if you are not beautiful.
Yeah.
You're just beautiful. And you just have to
Don't
believe
recreate
that.
yourself
Don't
based
recreate
on
your
man's image.
Absolutely.
Especially if you're a woman,
Never
absolutely.
recreate yourself based on man's image.
Absolutely. And it's funny,
Do.
this afternoon I was listening to my daughter and my granddaughter have a conversation. There you go.
He just ate her pizza.
He just
again.
ate my pizza
Rodney.
again, okay?
That's what
Let
happens.
me
She spreads her arms
let me
apart.
move
Get in
my
the corner
pizza.
before I stick the hose on ya.
That's right, good. my 16-year-old, almost 16-year-old granddaughter wants a Brazilian butt lift. I'm like, what? I said, what? And then my daughter,
I've heard of
she
Brazilian
gets-
waxes, but I don't know about a
this is
butt lift.
Brazilian butt lift. I'm like, what the hell?
Is that in America?
Yeah, you know. And
Send
then
her my way. I'll show her some butt lifts.
and let me tell you, I said, why don't you do some squats?
Squats,
Better than
right?
sit.
Exactly.
And then my daughter
I'm
was
like,
talking about her tummy tuck. I was listening to
Rodney
them, and I was so tickled. I'm like, really, guys, because yeah, you did snort. Yes, that
That was Danielle. No, it
snorted.
wasn't. It was me. I'll take the blame. She's still beautiful for that.
I can't believe I just snorted on radio. Oh my God, streaming snorts. That means I like you guys, okay? If I snort, that's a good thing.
Oh, gosh. That's awesome.
Okay, so talk to
This
me. What
is
else
so
do you want to know
unscripted.
about
It's
me?
crazy.
What else do you want to know? What else do you
Okay,
want to know?
so we
Hold on a
got-
second. Hold on a second. I need to call up my Monmouth University people. Where's Monmouth University? My people. Come on, people. Where are you guys? Oh my God, college was amazing. I loved college.
You
Oh
loved
my
it?
goodness.
A little bit?
Just a little bit. Just a little
Yes,
bit.
just a
I
little
lived.
bit.
Actually, I met with some amazing people in college that I'm still friends with till today.
Okay.
That's great.
They're amazing women. I lived in a house with a bunch of girls. They were sorority sisters, and we lived in a house that was on a street called Hoey.
Hoey?
Hoey! And they wonder why I have no problem sitting between the two of them.
Oh boy, we're in trouble.
I told you having me on the show would be trouble. I think his headset's falling off.
Terry's headphones are
Terry's
starting to fall
headset's
off.
falling off. I told
Terry
you,
needs a drool cup.
Terry, I told you better have
Get him a drool cup. Get him a drool cup.
Terry, I told you should have that chin strap.
Right.
Okay, so the street was called Hoey Avenue. I'm in college, and I'm part of a sorority house that's on Hoey Avenue, and the number of the house was 609.
Oh, baby, boy. Tell me more about my eyes.
Oh my God! So it was 609. So
wait, they're covered.
Oh my God, I can't.
We used to call ourselves the 69 Hoey Girls.
The 69 Hoey Girls. Oh my God. My kind of girl.
We're talking about college years right now. Hey, we're talking about college.
I gotta slow it down for a second.
You gotta slow it down.
Okay.
You're the one starting the fire.
Wait. I know. I'm gonna rekindle it.
Okay.
As we're walking in, Danielle says, "Don't you say anything to embarrass me, okay?" I'll kick your ass. I'm from Brooklyn. Don't you even go there, boy.
My family's from Brooklyn. I will kick your ass all up and down this
You have no clue what I can do to you. So don't even say something that's going to embarrass me, okay? And I get in here, what she does? What she does? She goes with the 69 Hoey Girls. I know that.
In my college years, and what happened at Monmouth University on 69
Is this Vegas?
Days on 69. Yeah, that's right.
That's right, girl.
Baby. That's right. There were some awesome years.
No wonder I got no clothes on.
I would
Y'all got me sweating.
Don't tell the viewers that. Everybody was partying at my house, and I would leave every weekend, and I'd go to the city for auditions. And they're like, "What is going on? We're having major parties, and Danielle's gone. Her door to her bedroom is locked, and her alarm clock's going off at 5 a.m. And everybody, I love my girls, they hated me. They're like, "Danielle, your alarm clock is going off for hours, and you're in the city going on your auditions, and it's like you left us here, and we just had an amazing night. We stayed up all night, and now
the alarm goes off at 5 a.m.
I was like, "That's what you get for partying without me."
That's right. Hello.
So when I was in college, I worked a lot with the music industry and MTV. And I actually I toured with Mariah Carey for a little while.
That's awesome.
I also did commercials on MTV and stuff like that. And then, so I was dancing and I was also singing. And then right after college, right when I graduated, I have a degree in psychology. I was also getting a degree in criminal justice because I wanted to do detective work and undercover stuff like that. And so
you would be perfect for that.
Yeah, I know. So I've been told. So anyway, so then I have a minor in the performing arts. And once I graduated, it was like my parents were like, "Okay, so you're going to build your own practice and start your own, psychology clinic and sit behind a table and judge people." I said, "No, I'm going on tour and I'm going to be a singer in a rock band."
That
they
is
were like,
"Oh,
what?
I know, that just blew their minds."
I'm going to go tour in a band? Yes, I am.
Yep.
Yes,
Good for you.
I'm going to
stand your ground.
I'm going to go sing, and I'm going to be a professional singer, and that's what I did. And I sang on tour, and I toured all up and down the East Coast in this rock band. And
I heard your voice. It's awesome.
You did?
Yes, I can't tell you how.
Wait a minute.
You were sleeping. No, I'm only kidding.
Wait a minute.
Oh, she sings
Hold on a second, Rodney. We don't have that type of relationship. And I do not sing in my sleep.
No, it was.
What?
I can't tell you where I saw it. No,
You heard me singing?
Yeah, I heard you. It was a YouTube thing.
Get out of here.
Yeah.
Oh my gosh.
Yeah.
Okay, somebody needs to tell me.
He does
where
his
that is,
homework.
Because apparently
yes,
you
I
did.
do. I do my homework.
Thank you for saying that.
I want to make sure I get an A in this class because
No,
I can't fail.
Thank you for saying that.
Oh, he's such a crybaby.
My goal was to prove my high school teacher wrong.
Oh, I figured that out.
Okay, yeah, you had something
now that I
to
hear
prove.
the story, I could definitely.
Yeah.
Well, you definitely did. Your voice is amazing.
Oh my gosh!
It really
thank
is.
you, thank you. I always hated my voice.
Well,
Not only did my high school teacher, pick on me because of my voice, but even in grade school, I had kids like boys who had crushes on me, be like, "Hey, truck driver voice, what's going on?" And I'm like, "Oh my god, you just called me a truck driver!" I'm like, "What? I'm a female. I'm a girl. well, last time I checked, I was a girl, okay? Talk about questioning your gender. I was like, oh my God, okay, apparently maybe I'm not a woman. What the hell are they talking about?
They will make you doubt yourself.
That's what happens
so
when
many
you guys,
ways. When you're in high school.
I toured on tour as a singer, and, I did that for about a year or two. And then right after that, I said, okay, I've done the degree thing, I've done the college thing for my family, and I've accomplished all these other things, and now that's it. I'm leaving. I'm going out to California.
It's your turn.
Yes.
Yeah, it's your turn.
Yes, and I saved up. I worked all throughout college. I used to bartend and all that type of stuff. And so once I had enough money saved, I said, you know what, I'm taking a one-way ticket and a bag of clothes, and I'm going to California. And my parents were like, what are you talking about? Like, growing up, we didn't even raise you to go on a plane. We took road trips everywhere. We never flew.
Wow.
And my mom was like, what do you mean? I was like, yeah, it's a one-way ticket. I don't know how long I'll be there. I don't know when I'll be back, but I'm going.
I'm going, yeah.
And I knew as a little girl that's what I wanted to do, so I did it and went out there and started out in the industry and worked my way up, and here I am now today.
Awesome.
Beautiful.
Awesome.
Beautiful.
Sorry I didn't answer all your questions. I don't know if we have
No,
another break.
we'll get there. So
Okay, on that note, we're going to take a break. You're listening to GenesisRadio.com. This is No Excuses. Stay tuned. We'll be right back with you. Rodney and Danielle are going to carry on from here. I've got to make my way home. This is Deborah signing out. No, you got him. You got him.
Oh my
yes,
God.
yes.
Terry, can you leave the room? No, kidding.
On that note, we're leaving.
And we are back at No Excuses, and our beautiful, lovely guest who was so kind to be a part of us today and share so many words of wisdom and insights of what her special career is, and multi-talented, Danielle Najarian. So Danielle, you know what?
Yes.
We only have about 10 minutes left, which I
Are
know
you
is
serious?
nowhere near the amount of time or the amount of questions I have.
Oh my gosh.
If you allow me for just a moment, I have to tell you, I know why the music is playing. I just want to say thank you from the bottom of my heart. You today came on and you had this most beautiful glow about you, sharing what you've experienced and loving. Your passion just came through. And I know in your world, it's not the easiest thing to expose and open up and snort on radio. But that's the beauty of being human, right? And allowing yourself to just be you in so many different ways. I have to tell you, I am flabbergasted. I am lost for words, and Deborah knows. And Terry's shaking his head. This guy's never damn lost for words.
Stop
but
it.
You are a beautiful lady in so many ways, and I have to tell you, I adore this moment together, and I'm going to cherish it as a new talk show host. I would love to have you back once again. Oh my gosh. I do have a TV show that I do without Deborah. Because she asked me to. She actually did. But I do have a TV show that I host once a month. And I would like, if you allow it, and please, you don't have to say yes or no on this radio, because I know I'm putting you on the spot.
We're on live.
Yeah, we're on live.
Putting me on the
there's no
spot.
editing.
Oh
and
my
that's
God,
just
Deborah,
too damn bad.
where did you go?
But I would love to have you whenever you can find the time on the television show, because the people, I think, need to see your expressions, because they're just as loud as all these positive words you share with us. And I can't thank you enough. I'm deeply, deeply heartened by everything you share with us today.
Really?
And it's a blessing that you came. Thank you so much.
Rodney, oh my God, thank you. It's been a blessing to me to be on your show, and I'm honored to be here. Thank you for having me.
You're welcome.
Terry, your headphones fell off 5 times through this whole thing. I saw that. I love you, Terry.
So,
so
just
cute.
before I go into our last few minutes, if you allow me, I want to ask you, in closing, can you maybe share with us your maybe deepest message today? I can see the radiance of your heart where you want to help people. You were kind enough to say to even me one day that if I had a talk show, I would like to be like yours, where you have a voice for people. Yeah. So I know your acting is in that voice. I know your acting has such a volume of wanting to help people. And I think it's just amazing that rather than most actors or actresses or just the acting world. They're more about themselves, and you've finally taken something that people don't realize and turned it into, I'm going to inspire people through my heart, and through my heart my voice will resonate, and through my voice will resonate, my mind will give them as much knowledge and insight to what I have. And I think it's just amazing. So thank you for all this.
Oh my gosh, Rodney, it's amazing that you saw that. I don't know what to say.
I don't mean to put you in the spot. I mean, I know you're
okay.
as a amazing actress that you are. It's emotional, and it should be, because we do this with passion.
Yeah.
And I know you do this with passion.
Yeah, you sacrifice a lot.
We sacrifice a lot.
A lot.
And you sacrificed a lot since you're 4 years old, and that sacrifice is more than most people would even put into it. I was like, this is Danielle. This is the love that she has to want to resonate to the world through her acting, to bring people at an elevated level.
Yes, to elevate others. I was loving people, and my teachers saw that, and that's how it happened. It happened because it's who I was. And so I that's my goal. That is my mission. That is why I am here. Is like you said, I can't believe you saw all that. That's amazing, Rodney. Thank you for seeing that in my journey.
You're welcome. Well, thank you
Not
for sharing
a lot of people see
it.
it. A lot of people look at it and they judge you based on, the surface value. And a lot of times, like I said in my last interview, actors are not given enough credit. They're really not. We look at the mistakes they make as humans, and we judge them based on those human life mistakes. And we shouldn't be doing that.
Right.
We should not be judging our doctor who is going to perform a surgery on us based on his past mistake with his wife. We go into a surgery and we say, you know what, you're the doctor that specializes in neurosurgery, and you're going to do a surgery on my brain right now. I'm going to trust you with my life. And we put our trust in those people. We never go behind the scenes and want to know what they did with their spouse or their family or their friends. We don't analyze our doctors. We don't analyze our lawyers. We don't analyze the lives of everybody else in this world. But for some reason, we analyze the lives of actors. And maybe it's because there's a part of us that's curious. We want to learn from them because we are learning from them, and we don't even realize we're learning from them in the movies that they're in. But because the media puts so much emphasis on actors the way that they don't do with doctors or whoever, lawyers or whatever the case is, maybe that's why, but either way, we shouldn't be looking at the personal lives of anyone. Nobody. I don't care if it's your boss. I don't care if it's your teacher. We should be gleaning from these individuals the title that they've been given, the title that they've worked their lives for, that they've sacrificed and suffered for, and we should be focusing on them as that and that alone. That's all we should be focusing on.
Yes.
We should not be looking at what they've done in this world or the mistakes they've made. We are all human. We cannot judge another human being based on their humanity. Because if we do that, then we're judging ourselves. Exactly. And we shouldn't be judging ourselves. We should be loving ourselves. And that's another thing that I've learned in my journey too, is the self-love that I have for myself is what I give to others. We should not be looking at anyone by their mistakes, by their humanity, and by their flaws. We should be looking at them as, what is their mission in life? What are they meant to teach us? Oh, this person, Rodney, you came into my world, I came into yours. What are we supposed to learn from each other?
Right.
Glean from that what we will, and take that and run with it. Make it a part of your journey, and love that person, whoever it is. Love that person for who they are in that moment. Learn from them and move on. Keep it moving. Do not stick around long enough to say, oh, why didn't this person do this for me? And why didn't this person do that for me? Or these actors, why didn't they, be perfect like robots and not make mistakes? So no, we shouldn't be looking at any of that. We should be grateful for what we learn from the people who come into our lives, whether it be actors on television, whether it be our own family members or our friends that decide and choose to be in our lives, because our friends choose to be in our lives.
That's right.
There's a choice, and then there's family that's not, you don't get to choose who's in your life.
Right.
But the friends that I've discovered in my journey are my family.
That's
I have my family that I was born into, and I love them more than anything. But my friends are my family.
Yes.
They are the people that chose to love me. They are the people who chose to stand by my side through good and bad, through my mistakes, through my humanity, through my, ignorances and my stupidity and my 609, 69 Hoey Avenue days. You know what I mean? Those are the people that say, no, I don't care what she's done.
Terry's headphones just fell off again.
I told you that I'd get those to fall off by the end of the show. Those are the people that choose to be in our lives, and they're the ones that empower us so much more than we could ever even imagine, because they remind us of who we are. Because you know why? They love us for who we are. They say, you know what, you're that person, and that's who you are, and I love you for who you are, and I love you for the powerful person you are, or the wise person you are, or the good person you are. And they stand by your side. And when you forget that, because we all do, again, we're all human, we all make mistakes, and we all forget who we are along the way. And they remind you, and they say, you know what? That's not who you are. They don't sit there and say, oh, you know what? You screwed up royally and everybody hates you. Your percentages are all off here. Nobody likes you and blah, 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 and you're failing in life. No. They sit there and they say, wait a minute, honey. Danielle or Rodney, this is not who you are. Don't you remember? This is who you are.
Right.
And that's why I love my friends so much, because they remind me of who I am with love. They don't remind me with who I am with condemnation, guilt, or shame. They remind me who I am with love, and they laugh at my flaws. My truest friends, the people who are in my closest circle, are the ones that say, you know what, you messed up royally, but I love you, and we're going to have a blast joking about this, or whatever the case is. You know what I mean? Brush your knees off, and let's keep it moving.
That's awesome.
And that's what life is about. Let's keep it moving. Let's not stay in the past. Let's not stay stuck with our regrets and all those things. And when you surround yourself with those type of people, you become even more powerful as that person, that type of person. And you've got to know how to weed out the people who are there for their own motives, their selfish motives, wrong motives, whatever the case is. And that's a learning process. Boundaries and morals are key to any child starting out in the industry, any person in humanity. Boundaries and morals are key. If we let go of our boundaries and let go of our morals, we lose who we are.
Beautiful.
Boundaries define us from the next person. So,
thank you.
So, in closing, I thank you for having me here.
You're
thank
welcome.
you for inviting me, and I've learned a lot from you and Laura.
Oh, my gosh.
And,
thank you.
And
we learn from you, and that's what it's all about.
And that's what it's about. It's about learning.
Yes.
We have to have grace to learn. If we don't have grace to learn, then we might as well just die. We might as well just go home and just be in paradise. We have to continue learning. Once you stop learning, you die.
Well, I'm going to take a note from every and all the advice you just gave us in closing of the show. Let's keep it moving.
Let's keep it moving.
Because I want to thank Danielle Najarian as our special guest. God bless you for being here today. Thank you so much for everything you've talked with us.
Thank you for having me here.
I hope you can find some time to come back.
I have to check my schedule. We'll see what's happening.
Turn her mic off, please.
No, he's my friend. His headphones fell off. He's not turning anything off.
Terry, thank you once again, my brother.
Friend.
And Deborah, I know you're home.
Thank you, Deborah.
And I hope you're
Terry.
taking the sweat off your forehead and wiping with a big napkin. God bless everybody. I'll see you guys next week. Thank you.